to another exciting Simple Talk segment with me, Minol Dee. And on the show today, as usual, I have one of the pioneers in the DJ industry in Sri Lanka, one and only Kapila Pieris, DJ Kappa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Take us back to your start. How did you get into DJing?
Well, it's a long story. It all started in my latter part of my school career. So the music is something that we always had in our family, relatives, schoolmates. So we had a great liking towards the music. So I was actually one of them who was leading the music journey even from the school time, in the family school time.
What's your school?
St. Sebastian's, Moratorium. Whenever there is an event, whenever there is a ceremony, whenever there is a celebration, so I was leading the team for music. So that was in my blood. And as people say, people come from Moratorium, always they are passionate about music. So that is how it started. And then as time went by, once I stepped out from school, I was very much interested to see what this DJ industry is.
When you were in school, you knew that there is something called DJ.
Yeah, of course. I have been to parties. I have been to clubs.
When was this? In the 80s?
No. This was early 90s. I'm talking about 1991, 1992, 1990. From 90s, 90 to 1993. That was the time of my, the last stage of my school. So we used to go clubbing, we used to go parties. So every time when we go to a party, I somehow get access to the DJ, at least to see what DJ does, to see what he's operating and things like that. And parallelly, I used to collect lots of cassettes. Back then it was cassettes. Then after 1993, when I started my work, I used to get a little bit of money. So I used to go to Veera in the Hivalan and collect lots of CDs. So before I became a DJ, I used to have a great collection of music. That is how it all started. Then obviously, with little bit of help from my schoolmates, DJing unofficially for their birthday parties.
DJs, if you can name one or two DJs that you saw back in the day.
From our Moratua side, actually I must mention Heshan Paranavitana was the one who had a brilliant set of sounds. So we used to get his console and the sounds, amplifiers on rent. And then after that, after I moved to on my own, I started working with Kosala, outburst entertainers. Then the Kamesh and then we associated very closely. So almost everyone in the field we were in touch with. There were so many that I can name, but all in all, it was very close connection with the DJs.
So what was your first experience like on the console? Do you remember the moment?
Yes, first experience on a proper console is, I think, one of my band parties. So that's where I think Kosala used to put sounds and equipment. I used to come and DJ a bit unofficially. So that's where I started proper DJing, I would say. Before that, it was all personal level, unofficial stuff. Going into somebody else's house, playing music through whatever they had there, or taking my stuff. I used to have a wooden case, with CDs and mainly all the top ones. So I used to carry my CD box by bus sometimes to locations. It was that memorable. Yeah, nowadays
memorable also,
it is very tough. Box was about 2 feet.
And too heavy also.
Very heavy wooden box inside the CDs. There were about close to 50-60 CDs there. So it was a very pleasant journey, I would say.
Somewhere down the line, you started your own DJ outfit too.
Yes, and then after some time, after about 2-3 years down the line, I thought I will start something on my own for me to grow a little bit. And then that's where we started Quadcity Djs, myself and a very close friend of mine, Vajira Ramanai. So both of us started this outfit, and we used to do a lot of mobile parties. A lot, I would say. So I was mainly involved with the band job also, partly involved with the DJing. So every Friday, Saturday, we used to have gigs. And then we used to do school batch parties, private parties, weddings,
Remember, you were a very big name, Quadcity Djs, back in the day for mobile parties.
Yeah, there was a time that we were actually, I would say, among the best at that time, because that was the time that we actually had a lot of strength in DJing, early days of our career. So we were really into it. But then having had another, the occupation at a bank, so it was tough. So that's where I think I had to make a very vital decision whether I'm going to take the banking path or whether I'm going to take the musical path.
Let's touch on that a little bit more. I know that for the fourth time you mentioned your banking career. So this banking and DJing, why?
I think the DJing was always
a passion.
It was a passion and it was there in my. But then back then, I don't know whether you would agree with me. No family really liked a profession being DJing. They think it's just a party, casual. You don't have a future. You will get wasted. That kind of an attitude the parents had. I mean, my parents were not exceptional. So they actually pushed me to a proper job. My father is the one who actually worked really hard for me to get onto a banking job. So once I got my bank job, I was continuing the bank job. From bank, I learned a lot of things about what we are today because of the upbringing of the certain qualities that bank has taught us. How to send a document to your client, how to negotiate, how to be on time. This is all about. It's not just playing music. We are running a business now, right? Music is obviously it's a talent that you have, but then to be able to convert that into a successful business, you need a lot of things. Now DJs are proper. I mean, they know how to manage it. So these are top qualities that I learned from my bank. I met a lot of customers. I met a lot of customers who became friends with us later on through music, and they encouraged me to start something on my own, which I did last. So I thought that I would have a better future through the musical path than the banking career.
Are you still in the bank?
No, I'm not. I left early 2000. Close to 10 years I used to work in the bank. So enjoy the banking, the career also. I met superb guys whom still I'm in touch with. So lots of memories. In fact, there is a party which is happening this coming Saturday, which is our one of our old branch party which I'm attending. So there is no regrets in that. But banking life is something different. It's a desk job, right? And we were not there to sit and do something. So we were like up and running all the time. So I wanted to get into something on my own. Meanwhile, I wanted to grow also. So that is the reason I started something on my own. So one console became two. And then I got Van Loop to DJ Prasad to join me, and he was my second DJ. We used to have 2 31st nights, and I used to do 1 31st night in Mount Leonia. Following day early morning, I used to go to Gaul to Ceylon Bank to work. That's how tough was at that time. I used to operate a Taj club regularly, so come home, take my bus, go to Gaul. So it was at that time we could all do that. We had the energy to do that,
and the passion
also. And then working one night, going into following day job, it was never difficult for us. So it became a normal routine for me.
So from Quadcity Djs, you took it to the next level.
So how it started, the next level is actually when I got attached to Taj Samudra. I used to work closely with the management. Actually, management of Taj Samudra also helped me a lot to grow. They saw my potential. They saw the ability of music that I can do it, and also my PR with the customers. So they encouraged, my former bosses from Taj encouraged me to invest on certain equipment which directly does not relate to music, but for events. Actually, they are the one who prompted me to invest on projector, little FM mic, wireless microphone, a sound system. DJing is all in the night.
Just a part of it.
Yeah, just a part of it. So they say, my bosses always uplifted me, saying that during the daytime, why would you just waste time? Come and do our conferences. If somebody wants a projector screen, microphone, we will help you. We will give you a lead. I know that you will do. And then later on, we started a little bit of screens, TVs, the stage, all of that. Slowly we started. That is where I moved into event side from DJing. But my main business was DJing. And then while I was operating the residency at Taj, plus I was also taking care of the little bit of events. that they didn't have so much of events at that time for banquets where I got involved. They must have had a different person. But for example, if you have a theme night in a club, right? So they take my services. Little bit of lighting investment, little bit of inventory for sounds. So likewise, I started growing a bit more apart from the DJing. That is, I would say, unofficial start of my event career.
You're still DJing, right?
I'm still a DJ, of course.
How do you see the difference back in the day when you started and when you compare the scene right now?
Music scene is, I would say, totally different now. When I started the music, even the clients, when we used to play parties, the crowd, it's quite different to now. Now it is. See, I can't say it's not developed. Everything is developed, including the technology. But old school parties for me are still the best because people are attached to their music. They know their music. They sing along with you, and they come and request an appropriate song. They are not there to just to kill the the dance floor. So that's the difference between now and then. And then if you take if you see the clubs, the DJs, the facilities they had was not as good as now. The technology now is very advanced. Everything is in a click of a button. It's on your fingertips. But then exactly. But then back then I would say where I have experienced the 90s, not just the 80s. From 90s I have noticed the DJs, the name for DJing and the market that they hold, and then also the clubs that they used to maintain, it's high standard, not like now.
Now they are much more recognized.
Yeah, exactly. And even the music, even the standards of the club. I used to remember when Jerry was managing my kind of place, the crowd that you get there, you basically stop them at certain point. That's the crowd that you get. And the Blue Elephant, and in my era, Little Hut, Cascades, then library. You go to any club, you will see a super crowd who's enjoying the music. But now it's totally different. It's more than music. It's now people are going not knowing where they are going. So many places. If you're going, I'm just following you. It's not like that. Those days I remember down our side, Little Hut was the biggest. And then when you come to Colombo, every hotel had a club on their own. And every hotel had their own identity for music. Every hotel had a clientele. It was not like nowadays where one club is packed, the other club is empty. It's not like that. Sometimes, most of the time, you can't get into a club.
Why do you think that has happened?
I think it's the people. It's the people. It's the management of the club. It's the music that they play. All that matters. Unlike these days, I mean, I'm sure those clubs wouldn't have had a bigger revenue in terms of profitability, but they ensured whoever who came to the club at the end of the day happily leaving. That much is guaranteed. I remember sometimes after my parties at Taj Samudra, I used to go to Hilton. So until Kapila Murthy gives me a notice, I won't be able to go in, even being a DJ. That is how tough they are. The attire, dress code, the DJ dress code is phenomenal. That's something I think we need to earn as DJs. We need to earn respect from the public for us to grow our music industry, as well as if you want to have a bigger name, if you want to put a bigger price for your talent. I think all those should maybe focused on those things. I think that's the difference between then and now. I'm not saying that the modern DJs are not good. Modern DJs are very good. Yes, there are DJs who are far talented, right, technology wise, and there are club DJs, there are mobile DJs. So it's nowadays you get more DJs.
Yes.
Right? There are DJs, even now a person who holds a console, buys a console is a DJ. Those days it was not like that. There were reputed DJs, right? Maybe one or two you would have found who had money to purchase equipment. But the DJ outfits were known. When you say Good Groove, Cool Tempo, Outburst, so many places, right? So those outfits are known. People used to call from overseas to those places, not knowing who's operating, right? I used to talk to Kamesh. Kamesh used to tell it that they could do about 5-6 gigs and then more than that they can't do it. So somehow, even if they get a 7 booking, the clients insist them to do it. That's how they have taken this industry up. So it was phenomenal. So being a DJ, for me, I'll never regret, because all what I have earned, right, monetarily and also otherwise, it is purely because of DJ.
Since you were talking about the business side of the entertainment industry, you're part of the EMA Sri Lanka.
Yes, correct.
Tell me a little bit more about the EMA and what it does for the country as the entertainment industry in Sri Lanka as a whole, how it has helped the industry.
Yeah, EMA is a bigger organization, and it's a very methodical organization, I would say. EMA is bringing quality event managers and service providers together, and they are a very well placed organization. And the main thing that EMA does is to unite event managers. When you have a challenge, when you have a requirement, when you have a certain services needed for your event, you are not just alone. And you meet people, you meet hotels, you visit hotels, and you introduce to the hotel chain, and there is much more recognition than individual event manager. So EMAs are fabulous. I think all members who are there under the leadership of Roshan and Jerry, then Nishan, now of course Nisal. So EMA is, I think, in a very good place.
Let's talk about the industry a little bit more now. How is the entertainment industry in Sri Lanka as a whole? Let's focus more on the event side of things.
Events are happening right now. I think we are very much stable right now in terms of event comparing to 2-3 years back.
Yeah.
So events are happening, a lot these days. I'm into a different market. I'm into Indian market. So my main business is MICE tourism. So for me, more than local business, the Indian corporate business is actually, I would say, coming into Sri Lanka a lot. One, because of the destination. The other one is visa process and things like that. Is very easy for someone to fly. The other advantage that they find is we are a country with not a lot of restrictions. Our permissions, everything is very relaxed and very easy. It's just the hotel permission that you need to have to run an event. They can bring anyone from anywhere. So those things that they have recognized. So the Indian market, which is I think we have to seriously consider as a very good market, because these Indian corporates, Indian weddings, Indian celebrations, when you take it, a lot of foreign revenue that we bring into Sri Lanka. So that's one of the very big market for foreign currency revenue.
How is the technology or the equipment wise? Are we on par with international standards when it comes to events?
Yes. I think Sri Lanka. If you're not been to Sri Lanka, if you are coming to Sri Lanka for the first time, you have a very negative mindset that Sri Lanka is not up to the standard they might not have. But having experience in the industry, both musically as well as event wise, I think we are in a good state, in the sense we're very good how do I say, position, right? So Sri Lanka can hold any concert, any corporate event, any musical event without any support from anyone outside Sri Lanka.
Speaking of support, how is the support from the government for the industry?
I am not sure about the government being able to help the industry, event industry as well as the music industry, right? Of course, during the tough time, during the COVID time, certain relaxations was given, but I think Sri Lankan government can support the music industry as well as the event industry much more. I don't think government has recognized the potential of these guys. These amounts, these facts, these revenues that we generate is highly unnoticeable to the government, right? There is no body that evaluates our services, right? These are hidden services for them, right? It is not like just the hotel industry, travel industry. All these have numbers. It is accounted and it is noticed. But the event industry, how much event managers have made for this country, right? Government should very respectfully, I'm suggesting people don't come here only for leisure. It is not just tourists who come for leisure tourism. MICE tourism is also equally now. If you see places like Dubai, India, for that matter, Thailand, Maldives, right? They have recognized the potential. Government is doing certain activities, certain promotions. Now, recently I saw that an international artist is supposed to come next year. So those things are needed, right? People don't have to fly to Singapore to an artist, right? We must, as a destination, we must attract those people from other countries to come to Sri Lanka. Why can't we do that? We can do that. But for that, we need government commitment, industry commitment. We need to come together. We have to keep the politics to a side, Then only when the industry grows, everyone, all the stakeholders, they also grow. We have enough. I don't think that, even in Australia, I'm assuming, Australia, places like UK, the way we work, they work. They are well. I have few friends, that's why I'm saying with a lot of confidence. I have few DJs who used to work with us. They are like working for, sound company, audiovisual company. They work only 10 days. So I said, other 20 days we enjoy. We travel, we party, we come to Sri Lanka 2-3 times. So they are that, affluent, because the perks and the privileges that they get through these services is much higher than what we get. So I think we are slowly getting into it. So everyone is having work, it's very good. So my thinking is, when we do something, we need to put our heart and soul, and we need to make sure that we deliver up to the client's expectations. That is where the industry goes. You can do, I can do, somebody else can do, but that has to be the way. If you go to Singapore, you will never find anyone failing the job, because they're very serious of what they do. They take it very seriously. It's a job. It's not a help. Not like I am going to my friend's place and DJing free of charge. Even if something goes wrong, he cannot. It's not a paid job. But here, in this case, they make your payments. They agree for your terms and conditions. Everyone has, everything is on paper, and it is very important that we have a good name by delivery. So that is what matters.
Let's talk more about Sri Lankan events now. You would have seen so much of underground events in Sri Lanka, underground music events in Sri Lanka. What are your thoughts on that?
Underground music scene in Sri Lanka also, I think I've seen.
It's huge now. That's why I asked this question.
It is very good. It's. I am not a part of underground. My segments are different. But when I see the underground music scene, especially South, those DJs have come a long way. They have come to the international level. You will see international artists coming down now almost every week, right? And they are big artists. They are not just small artists. One thing I must appreciate is underground music organizing groups, DJs. They are putting a very big effort. Even the stage setups, lighting, the sounds, decor, ambience, what they create is very good, right? Unfortunately, they might not have bigger financing support through sponsors. I know little sponsors are, there are regular sponsors who sponsor them, which is very good. And underground music industry in Sri Lanka is growing, and it is definitely in a different level now. It's definitely a different level. So I'm really happy those boys are doing a wonderful job. They are concentrating on their line, while we are concentrating on our line. It's two different sides of it. And
but as an industry as a whole, it's coming up.
See, the thing is, if you just look at South, right? Ahangama, Varigama, Merissa, that side is different entertainment zone, right? People, we are not talking about just 200-300 people, 1,000, 2,000 people. So it's fantastic. It is not an easy to do a beach party in that caliber. The risk that you have in equipment, hiring equipment, paying. I don't like to put my equipment in the beach. So similarly, I'm sure they must be also having challenges, but still putting up in huge sets,
taking a risk.
weather factor when you consider, and imagine if there is a big event that you have planned, if it disturbed by the weather, what can you do? So those guys are, I think, very good. I mean, hats off to them for taking the underground industry in Sri Lanka into a different level. For me, starting from the top, Jerry Jayasinger, he's one of my. I have not had the privilege to see Jerry playing in that era, but the energy that they have, right? Even right now, Jerry being very old person,
so much of things.
But if you talk to him with music, today also he can play a party. He has that vibe in his body, right? So. Along with Jerry, Harpo, Roshan, Bunty, there are so many that I can think of. Cool Tempo DJs, Sam, Bonnie, then Outburst DJs, the DJs. Those are the DJs I used to, our Morotua guys.
Any particular names that who have started with Quadcity Djs back in the day, like who are doing really well? Maybe the underground scene or whatever.
Yeah, with me only two boys that I can think of for underground scene. One is Van Loo, right? He's a name. Like you don't need an introduction.
Yeah.
The other humble DJ, even I must mention his name, is Ultra.
That's the name that I was thinking of.
Ultra is a very humble DJ who will very silently deliver. Right, I would say 200% of what you expect. Even today, I could say he's still the same.
Yeah.
Right, and when he was working with us, his punctuality, his preparation for parties is absolutely beyond expectation. If you are a client, if you just brief Ultra, I want this stuff, he will search much more than what you expect. So he can handle any party. When I say any party, he can do regular stuff. I used to use Ultra for my Bollywood parties. He could do Bollywood, not understanding anything. People are coming from different parts of India. I'm from Punjab, I'm from Kerala, I'm from.
Must be thinking he's an Indian.
Yeah, but he can buy. It's a body language, right? He can understand. He can identify people by music. So I think he's in top at the moment. One of the best in underground scene, but hats off to Ultra, and he's a very good brother, very nice person to remember. So I'm extremely happy, both of them.
Okay, final few questions on the show, Kapila. Any tips or words of wisdom for upcoming people who want to become a DJ or who wants to get into entertainment industry? What can you tell them?
Well, more than anything, you need to be able to enjoy the job being DJ. So that is the number one, right? And music is also, you have to consider, if you are going to be behind the console as a DJ, what we need to understand is there are so many on the dance floor dancing for your music, right? You could see a doctor dancing, you could see a lawyer dancing, you could see another politician dancing. So you are the man at that moment. So the music that you are playing or music that you are catering for that night needs to be for the major audience, right? And that's what it is. And then the other thing that I want to mention, when you want to become a DJ, first you identify especially in Sri Lanka, mobile DJing and club circuit is different, right? I always say, when you are a mobile DJ, you go to client's house. When you are a club DJ, client comes to your house. So when a client comes to your house, you have a bit of authority, right? You have a way of handling that club. Any club is known for a certain genre of music, we know, right? But when you are a mobile DJ, sometimes you will be booked as a birthday party of a teenager. But when you go there, you will have to entertain the older parents and their siblings and their relatives, right? You need to have that sort of ability for music. So when you are a mobile DJ, you need to be extremely versatile to read the crowd and play music. But when you are a club DJ, of course, there is a arranged setup that you need to continuously carrying on. So that's the difference between the club and the mobile. So whether it's a club DJ or whether it's a mobile DJ, you need to enjoy. And I think most of the DJs where they go wrong, in my opinion, sometimes when they go, to a mobile party, they think of the club atmosphere. Or when they go to a wedding, they think of the club. Sometimes the client who would have booked you, right, basically through a club, right? But that's not the club that you are, playing right now. It's a wedding right now.
And you start playing what you like.
Yes, and then you need to make sure wedding is a once and for all ceremony. So and there are so many people. It's not just a club. So you need to play. I know few DJs who are into club scene, who are also doing wonderfully well. Nanushka is one person, right? So Tim used to have a very good clientele. I used to work with him back then. Most of his gigs, we used to provide me equipment. Very closely, I was working with him and then Marlon is another friend of mine.
Jansen?
Yeah, Marlon Jansen. So now actually more than music, we used to do a lot of work with them, right? So I think most important thing for anyone is to understand what you're doing, right? How best you can deliver, right? It can be even a party. Sometimes when I go for a party, it's a very boring party. People don't dance, but I make sure that with some little bit of enthusiasm, that I play music for them to sit and relax. You don't really need people to come to the dance floor and dance. End of the day, it's just a word of mouth. Okay, you did a good job, and then you will get another call. Something like that. That is the way it should be.
Can a DJ make a living out of totally being a DJ?
Of course. There are DJs who are full time into DJs, but as I said, we need to give little bit of confidence to our public, right? In Sri Lanka, when you say a DJ, sometimes it's not as recognized as the band for some people.
Yeah.
But I know as a DJ, I'm telling you, right? If you are a good DJ, you can do much more than the band, right? You can play any music, you can cater to any audience, you can play much longer sets, right? That's what Indian DJs do, right? They are pretty much in demand. Why? Clients sometimes change their wedding days when they come to Sri Lanka for Recce based on the availability of the DJ. That is how they are demanding. That's the demand they have.
Now that's a good point that you mentioned right now. When an Indian client, for example, when they bring down a DJ from India, don't you think that we are losing out on a job?
We are why does a client bring a DJ from India? Do they bring chefs from India? No, because they are confident that Sri Lanka can cater to their clientele. So we need to send that message across. Now I do a lot of Indian parties. Everybody is not bringing a DJ, right? Now a guy like Udyanga, Curzon DJ, right? He is known for many people, right? He also can play as good as Indian DJ. Imagine when you are bringing a DJ from India, your cost, DJ fee, travel, then you have your hotels, right? So it is sometimes 4-5 times than hiring a DJ. So what is important is we have to specialize according to the customer need. Now I have realized that we have lots of events from India. So I have few DJs who are working. I am frequently requesting them to follow the Indian market, Indian charts, Indian top 40 or whatever, update themselves, because end of the day now, even if you don't have a track, now it's not like our days, right? You have YouTube on this side.
Maximum it take only about 1 minute.
Less than that. If you are ready with your laptop and the internet connectivity, right? How you play. For them, it's just a matter of listening and dancing to that song. How you get the song and playing the song is different. I'm talking about Indian market. So we need to be equipped with that. I see a lot of people, Ishan Mutalif, then DJ Glitch, they are fully prepared for those people, right? So that is also a good way of getting business. Indian market, as you say, every client does not. Most of the clients, when they see the importance of the event, like say for example, if they are coming to a conference where they have a city tour and all that, there is not much of preference for the DJ. DJ will be there for 1 or 2 hours. But some clients, they want to give their clients a good time, right? Not only DJs, sometimes they bring bands also. Even I'm suggesting, right, for our local bands also, just a touch, little bit of Bollywood music. It's an avenue, end of the day, right? If you are specialized, right, with certain genre of music that is in demand, you will get most of the business, right? Because for me, when you are hiring, when you are bringing people from India to here, the cost is going to be 2-3 times or more. But if it is available in our country, they would be more than happy. Then they don't have to bring. Now we have the technology, we have the equipment, we have the sound, we have everything that they want in their tech rider. So the DJing is also, I think we need to focus. I'm focusing on that area largely because I know Indian market is a market that will never stop coming here.
Yeah.
Because for them, rather than going to another destination in India, coming to Sri Lanka is much cheaper. You can get anything done when you book the hotel outright.
Yeah.
Right. Cinnamon Lakeside becomes 24-hour venue, for example, when they want. So that is, for us, it's a business, and for them also, it's a destination to enjoy.
That's good for the country as well.
Good for the country,
That's
of course.
Right. Anybody that you can think of that you want to thank in your journey so far?
Well, my DJing industry, of course, starting from my parents, of course, then my friends, then coming into my family, my wife, my son. I'd like to mention Tariq Musafa. He is also a very close buddy of mine. We've been associating very closely with regard to music, with regard to much more beyond music. Even he has helped me with a lot of advices. So he's a very close friend of mine. I must be thankful to Tariq also for all the good things that he has done for me. So many DJs that I can't name in person who have helped me to come to this position. I'm ever grateful, and the customers, especially my customers who were with my bank, right, who had lots of trust in me and encouraged me to move on with my music life. Hotels, Taj Samudra, very especially, right, for bringing me to the best and encouraging me always to do much more than DJ, music. So I think have extended their hands for my life, for my career. So I'm truly grateful to them, and still feeling the same way that I used to feel back then.
Happy with the journey so far?
Very much happy. I think I have come a long way. So
what are your future plans?
Future plans is basically now I think half of my life is gone. Right, the rest of the half I want to plan on my
retirement plan.
Retirement plan, of course, maybe not near future. Right, I think.
But still will be DJing, huh?
I will never stop DJing. I in the sense I'm not focusing on DJing as a profession, I would say, but then I have my kind of plans. If a client wants to celebrate, if I'm enjoying the music, I'm sure that that's the reason that they request me. If the time is there, if I'm available, definitely I'm playing. Recently also I played party. So I will never get fed up of that. And still I am looking for music. In the night, once in a way, I listen to my tracks, right? So it's something that you can't say that you have the best and from there. It's very
it's an addiction.
vast, addiction, and it's a very vast subject. Music, when you say music, so much of music, right? You listen to music on a Sunday is totally different to what you listen on Saturday. When you go to listen to music on a weekend in a club, it's totally different to what we play during our events, corporate events. So it's different. Very, very happy the way that I've started my life as a DJ. And for all the other DJs who are listening, I would also encourage you to, it's not a very difficult area, so just focus is the main event. Focus what you are doing and keep growing, keep doing the best every day. One day you will enjoy the fruits of that journey.
Right. With that, we're going to bring a wrap to this episode of Simple Talks. Thank you so much, Kapila, for being on the show, and good luck.
Thank you.
All the best to you.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.